Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Offices Adda 24/7. My name is Niharika Valia Bhatnagar, and I'm with you with the area of ABFM. We were talking about private equity and venture capital. So this is, I think, the third class for the topic of private equity and venture capital. This is a topic of Module D, fourth chapter. Acha, when we talk about this, I hope you have already reviewed that we have started with our revision batches already, and my revision batch for ABFM is starting soon. If you're looking forward to it, then kindly hurry up and get it done as early as possible to buy that particular course or to review the course or enroll into it. What you can do is you can use the code Y541 to get the maximum discounts. So kindly go ahead and check it out on our website, on our app for further details. Okay, so let's start with the particular class. I hope I'm clearly audible as well as visible. Chaliye, let's begin with the class. In the last class, we were talking about private equity and venture capital. So, continuing it further. The first question says, why do venture capitalists exist as an alternative to traditional bank lending? But the earlier traditional bank lending was good. It was always good. If we talk about the traditional bank lending, that has been a source of borrowings for so many people. But why is this that the venture capitalists are gaining more and more importance these days? Have you ever reviewed that part? They're making a lot of, they are currently making a lot of money through the venture capital working over there. Overall, the show was started, Shark Tank India. There are so many other things that were added in it. But what was the reason behind it? When we talk about the venture capitalists, na, the venture capitalists are existing because they are not only providing loans, they are also providing them the freedom to grow. At the same time, they are also providing them the guidance. That is what they need in terms of their learning, right? So this is the particular point which really helps them to grow further. Okay? Then everyone. So when we talk about this particular area, why do venture capitalists exist as an alternative? They exist as an alternative to compete with the banks to offer low interest rate, nahi. To provide financing only to companies as tangible assets. See, if they are providing just machinery, it's not worth it. To address the high risk environment that traditional financial institutions avoid. I think we did the similar question in a previous class as well. They are just trying to avoid whatever the traditional financial organizations never wanted. That is, they would never want ki dekhiye that the organization faces losses and all, and if the organization is a little adventurous, then the banks would be like, "Nee, nee, we will not put money into this because it's not worth it." है ना? That is something that would be there. So this is to discourage the establishment of new enterprises. This is something which is anti-competitive, which is not allowed in our country. So one thing is for sure, traditional banking system was never giving loans without securities. Now, venture capitalist reviews the possibility of this organization to grow further, and he grabs the opportunity and says, yes, to address the high risk environment that the traditional banking institutions are avoiding. This is what they choose. Acha, next point is, what impact does the venture capitalist becoming a part owner have on the founder's control in the business? Acha, venture capitalist is coming in the business. If you've seen the Shark Tank India or something, na, Shark Tank India is one of the best examples of venture capitalists. So what they do is when they become a part of that organization, then they would be like, "Ki, what are we getting? Why should I invest my money into your organization?" Simple reason. We would like to know, why are we putting money into your business? Okay, audible clearly. So when we talk about this part, the founder retains the complete control and independence even when the venture capitalist becomes a part owner. Venture capitalist actually becomes a part owner, but he doesn't become a major owner of the organization. Because think about it, I promoted this organization, I brought this organization up, and then a venture capitalist comes and says that I would like to take a part of it. I am financing you, I would be guiding you. Then, after 3 to 7 years, I would be exiting the organization as well. So, but till then, I would like to have my equity share. So the founder gains more control over the business. The venture capitalist has no influence on the founder's control, or the founder's experiences a loss of independence and control over the business when capitalist becomes a part owner. See, when you are talking about the portion of venture capitalist entering into your business, now one thing is for sure, he will ask, if he asks for the equity portion, he's not providing you as a borrowing, he's not providing you as an interest free loan. If he says I am here to take a part of your business, that means even if he takes 10 to 15% now, they can throw you out of your organization. uh, Best examples was Narayan Murthy was thrown out of his own organizations once the board of directors became a point where the board of directors was strongly into this area that he should be out of this organization. He founded the company. He grew the company to the extent it is standing right now, and he was actually since once you get more and more investors in the organization, your share decreases. So what happened was he couldn't stay in the organization. But after he left, the organization started declining, so he was called back. So that's how the entire working goes on na. So when we talk about this area, the founder definitely loses their importance. But there's one more fact that when we look forward to this area, na, one thing is clear, that the venture capitalists is maybe taking away your importance as well, taking control over the organization, but is also guiding as well as providing finances to you. So both the things are there. The founders experiences a loss of independence and control over the business when the venture capitalist becomes a part owner. So they are normally reluctant to this part. They're like, I wish this can be done in a simpler manner. Excuse me. Why does the return of earnings tend to be delayed in venture capital financing? See, you are putting money into seed. Matlab, it's just a part, it's a very small plant which is not right now bearing fruit as well. If it is not having that particular thing, so it's obvious till the time the organization is not growing, how will it make money for you? You know? The return of earnings is quick in venture capital financing due to low risk factors. Venture capital financing aims for short term objectives, resulting in quick returns. The return of earnings is often delayed in venture capital financing because investments are made with long term objective in mind and contributing to the postponement of returns. Last is, delayed returns are uncommon in venture capital financing as it focuses on predictability. You cannot predict the future. So, one point is clear, these organizations cannot predict the future. Okay. So now when we're talking about this area, what will happen? The D part is definitely not true. The return of earnings is quick in venture capital financing due to low risk factors are never there. In terms of venture capitalists, you are putting money into an organization which is right now have just started growing. So you don't know about it as well. So there's a closure point there as well. Venture capital financing aims for short term objectives. It never looks forward towards short term. The organization will take time to grow. Once it's grown, it will show its capacity and then it will diversify its work. So you don't know where it would go. It's just like a kid. You don't know how will he grow in his future. So the point would be C. The return of earnings is often delayed in venture capital financing because investments are made with long term objective in mind, contributing to the postponement of returns. Acha, next pointer. Which globally recognized alternate investment asset manager invested in JBF Industries Limited? We were talking about in our book now, they have given a lot of examples in terms of venture capital. So, which particular company had taken over JBF Industries Limited? Goldman Sachs or Zodius Technology Fund or Kohlberg Kravis and Roberts, that is KKR, one of the top tier alternatives investment assets globally entered into. Acha nahi, the answer is already given in this. Entered into the definitive agreement to invest in US dollars 150 million in Mumbai based JBF Limited or Pepperfry. Okay, go ahead and try the answer. So I think what I'll do is let me edit it first. Somehow I added the answer in it itself. Okay, now that is better. For the PDF of these classes, you can find it on the Telegram channel. You just have to go onto the Telegram channel. That is CIIB November, no, CIIB exam 2023. That is on CAIIB exam 2023, and the name is Niharika ma'am. Okay, this is the name of the Telegram channel that you can join and you can study there. Chaliye, now let's move on to the next question. Chaliye, let's continue. Okay, now the answer was Kohlberg, Kravis, and Roberts. Okay. Acha, next question. This is related to the what are some essential contributions made by foreign venture capitalist investors in India? Limited involvement in post financing activities, lack of due diligence or incorporating Western investment philosophies, rigorous due diligence and active post financing, or passive. I think a similar question was also done earlier. So I'll just see what kind of question I can be added further. So when we talk about foreign investors, they introduce or they incorporate Western philosophies. In our country, the stock exchanges, for example, Nasdaq, or we can say, I think the Japanese stock exchange is also very difficult to enter. In India, SEBI is not that. I would say it is tough to enter now. The to become a listed company is very difficult, but in other countries, especially at the international level, when we look at New York Stock Exchange, it is just Nasdaq is the name of that particular their stock index, and that is very difficult to enter, right? That is name is Nasdaq. Acha, what type of investments characterized the Indian industry during its formative years? When India was being formed, what are the particular things that happened? Large scale private equity was there, venture capital investment in small enterprises in early stages of development, or investment in exclusively in mature companies or government funded projects. The answer is government funded projects. Is acha nahi, this is for PSUs only na. Public sector undertaking, for them it was this. For venture capitalists, there were small people. They were kiddos at that point of time. For example, Jamshedji Tata, he was an exceptional case. He once there are certain stories that he wasn't allowed into a certain hotel that was basically reserved for the Britishers. So what he did was he made his own hotel. That is the Taj Hotel that we know about. So in Mumbai. So that is how they started growing further. But most of when the capitalists at that point of time were small, and they were in the early stages of development. Hardly a few organizations were grown enough that could look forward towards their future, right? So most of them were still below the belt of being normal or small enterprises. Why have investments in private equity become more widespread in India in the last 10 years? Private equity has been growing because now organizations are able to get specific money. See, if I don't know you, I don't want you to be a part of my organization, and I'm still going for the listing. You can take over my company. At least I can choose. my enemies on my own. So that is what they do. So you keep a few people under control, or I can say with an association with you. You can be in a partnership in such a way that both of you know what kind of share you will have in your organization, what kind of share they will have in the organization. So, in this case, greater ease in selling small and early stage investments, desire for fund managers to handle smaller portfolios, then difficulty in managing larger pools or lack of interest in large. They have a problem in larger pools of capital without increasing the number of companies in the portfolio. So in this case, one thing is there, that is they are having problems with larger pools, managing larger pools of capital. Okay, next question. What is that one reason for the shift away from investment in small and early stage companies? Increased difficulty in obtaining venture capital, challenges in selling such investments, lack of interest, or decreased risk appetite. What would be the answer in this case? When we're looking at this question that says, what is that one reason that investments are, see, early stage companies are just babies. You don't even know how this baby will grow up, isn't it? So you would never want to have the risk of these organizations there. So what the basic problem is, you cannot part ways from these organizations that easily. Who will buy it? You got it because you thought there was a scope. Now, even you know there's no scope. Now, how will you find out the organization which will feel that nay, this organization has a scope and will buy it from you? Right? That is something which is hard to find. Chaliye. Now, let's look at the next question. In this case, the answer is challenging in selling such investments. Acha, next question. In venture capital, what role does carry interest play for venture partners? Matlab, the venture partners, they have a part in the business now. So in the venture capital overall investments. So what role does carry interest play for venture partners? They have salary compensation or operational decision making power, a percentage of returns from the cash outs, or managing the limited partners. When we talk about the partners there, the benefit that they have is related to the investments, a percentage of return, whatever the return is from the investment, cash outs comes to them only. So that means if the organization is making money, your investment is automatically growing. You are not working, the organization is working and giving you a chunk of it. So that is a percentage of returns from investment cash outs. Okay, here comes the next question. I think I'll have to reduce it a bit. Visible now? What distinguishes general partners from managing partners in venture capital firm? General partners focus on operational matters while managing partners focus on investments. General partners have a say in investment decisions while managing partners day to day operations. General partners are responsible for bringing new financial banking. Managing partners are evaluate new business opportunities. And general partners are more senior than the managing partner in terms of hierarchy. Matlab, it's like, can we say that the managing partners have all the headache? How can we say that they are more senior general partners? You know? Then, if we talk about general partners, We will call them whenever there's something important going on. But managing partners would be doing the day-to-day operations. They cannot call the general partners every single day, ki, hello, sir, we have this kind of discussion with you, want to have this kind of discussion with you. He'll be like, we are for the general working. For day-to-day working or managing, you should be there. So in this case, the answer would be what? The answer in this case will come out to be the general partners have a say in the investment decisions while the managing partners have handle the day-to-day operations. They handle only the day-to-day working altogether. Done? Chaliye, let's continue further. What is the primary purpose of entrepreneur in residence in venture capital firm? Managing day-to-day operations, providing exit strategies for investments, creating another startup that attracts good investments, or evaluating limited partners' performance. What is the particular or primary, the first and the most important purpose of EIR, entrepreneur in residence? When we are looking at entrepreneur in residence, basically now these are the people who create another startup that attracts good investment. See, the point is you have sometimes you just have to show your caliber, that we have the caliber, and through that you get more people into your business. So that is C, creating another startup that attracts good investment. That is the thing. Creating another startup that attracts good investment. This is a particular work of the entrepreneur in residence. He's going to create all those startups where the venture capitalists can invest further. And these kind of investments are not only beneficial for the startups but also for the venture capitalists, because one more source of earning gets opened for them. But and at the same time, lesser vigilance would be required, because the entrepreneur in residence will definitely I would say he would definitely bring up more venture into the organization. That is, the venturers are basically adventurer people. These people love adventure. So that is what I would say, that these people are entrepreneur in residence is basically the entrepreneur which will bring up more and more working for the organizations. They will put the money. Once that entrepreneur develops the business further, the startup goes well, the venture capital can choose whether to stay in the business or exit after a certain number of years. So answer is creating another startup that attracts good investments. Acha, this particular question requires little editing. So what we can do is, let's do this question tomorrow. So we'll continue with the particular area of the different types of partners. There are different types of partners in a venture capital firm. So we'll be talking about them in detail in the upcoming class. Till then, thank you so much for being there. And if you haven't taken up our courses, kindly hurry up. The time is ticking away, and the sale would be ending soon. So it's better that whenever you get an opportunity, you buy the courses at the lowest prices. Let me show you where to go. You have to go on to our website, that is www.adda247.com. Go on to the area of JIB and CIIB. Just open up the area of JIB and CIIB. Here you will find CIIB November 2023. When you go on to the area of CIIB November 2023, then what you can do is you have to open up the area of CAIIB Mahapack 2.0. This is helpful for all the people who are preparing for the upcoming year, right? So for them it is a very good opportunity. And if you've already done it once and you are preparing and you are looking forward towards revision, then you can take up our CAIIB Power Pack. For the Power Pack, you just have to click on Buy Now and use the code Y541, apply it, and you will get it for 2999.80. So this is you just have to use the code Y541 and you are getting 81% discount if you go through the app. So download the app as well and get this 81% discount because the revision batch has already started. You can be benefited through it. ABM examination is here, then there are so many exams already aligned, right? So this is just a beginning. So kindly join the batch as early as possible so that you can prepare properly. Okay, what are we providing in this particular Mahapack, in this Power Pack revision batch? We are giving 500 hours of live classes, 136 test series, 150 ebooks, as well as 243 videos are already added. So for you, what you can do is the classes are interacting, recording videos are also available. So whatever you are looking forward to, then kindly join the batch accordingly as early as possible so that you can get the first mover advantage. Matlab, if you start preparation in time at least and revision in time, then you won't face any problem in the examination because after this exam, more and more of subjective questions would be adding. So why to linger further? है ना? So go ahead and check it out on our website or in our app for further details. Thank you so much, everyone.